So failure might just be my absolute favorite topic. It's right up there. It's right up there between failure and fear, you see, because those two are exactly the two things in life that stop us. Nothing else gets in our way as much as fear and failure and fear of failure. Nothing else has that much power over us. In fact, those two things combined are Satan. Like, they are the most destructive forces that are constantly fighting us. So here's a video just to talk about both of them in a general way. What are those? Like, what are we fearing? And what happens with failure? Why is it so detrimental for so many of us? And yet, if we study anyone's success in the past, we see that every creative individual, every successful individual has had a history of an entire resume of failures. So how can some of us be so dependent on success, so needy towards having to always win, having to always have proof that we are good enough? And then there are others who are constantly failing at something new every day, as I try to, and every failed lesson becomes exactly that. It becomes a lesson for them to learn from. If we only study our mistakes, study our failures, a decade goes by, 2 decades go by, if 3 decades go by, we become complete masters of our lives. We become unstoppable, you know? And I'm not sure if you really understand that. I'm not sure if you really understand what mastery in life means. A day is only a window of opportunities for a series of tasks within, shall we say, 24 hours if we're really going to push it. In reality, it's probably about less than 8, maybe about 7 to 6 hours if we're really lucky, considering how much sleep we need, how much time we need to eat and do chores and clean, make money. Day is only a small window of opportunity for us to practice what means something to us, and to commit to perfection, to pursue perfection as best as we can in every practice setting, and then allow ourselves to leave it behind and then do it all over again for the next 10 years, literally for the next 10 years. In that, there's only one fear of what if it all goes to shit. In that, there's really just the fear of what if this is all meaningless? What if everything I do in order to improve becomes nonsense, gives me nothing in return? And really, to that, I think the only thing I can say is that welcome to life. There's really nothing meaningful to this experience anyway. You, my friend, give it meaning. You are the source of meaning of your life. So if you say this whole thing is meaningless, then it is. And if you take the time to think and define what means something in life and what doesn't mean anything, then you have a meaning, you have a purpose in your life. Purpose could be love, purpose could be money, it could be status, it could be anything. We're not here to talk about or judge our purposes, but it's important to understand that every single one of you and everybody else around here, which is just me, is a creator of its own. We have the ability to create, and creation means to give meaning in this context. creation is to be able to give meaning to a point where we completely believe. And then through the belief, we pursue the path. We carve the path if we need to, because we have an idea, a destination. Our fears will be there. It is impossible to conquer fear entirely. The greatest warriors in this world have written about fear. The greatest fighters, race car drivers. The concept of not being scared is an illusion, and it potentially, I would imagine, it gets you killed. You know, if you're in a battle, if you're a warrior, if you're a race car driver, if you have no fear, if you're entirely fierce, you'll risk everything. Risking everything is not the goal, okay? Risking everything can get you hurt. Longevity is the goal. Remember that death is easy, life is hard. I'm gonna say that one more time. Dying is easy, living is hard. But the goal is not to just live and exist like a monk. The goal is to push humanity to a deeper direction, right? If we were all a bunch of monks, then our lives wouldn't have changed at all since the 6th century. So we are grateful for the struggle. We are grateful for the suffering. We are grateful for the fears and the failures of the past and today. Because we have technology, because of all of that suffering, is because I can make this video today through these earbuds and into this video. If we had all remained the monk lifestyle, none of this would be possible in the 6th century, would it? So I see that, I recognize that. But that doesn't change our experience. That does not change how you are experiencing your own personal set of fears. And as I say constantly, that your experience is unique to you, it is true. But some of our fears, some of our failures are repeatable. Okay? Failure in love is a failure in love. People know it. Failure in business is a failure in business, and people recognize that. So, even though our entire paths, minute at a time, second at a time, are irreplaceable and unique to us, the way we experience certain moments, certain emotions, those things are familiar. Those things are worth talking about. Make peace with the fears. The fears are there to guide us. Fears are an invitation to master a weak aspect of our lives that deserves a little bit more attention. That attention must be daily. And the hardest thing in this world is to give a fear daily attention, because it's a fear. The hardest thing in this world. But that's what the fear inside you needs. You must cherish it, hug it every single day. Take it on a walk like a dog. Feed it if you need to. Starve it if you need to. Clean it, wash it. Make the fear feel like it is just a pet. To you, it is just a pet. You are the owner. You hold the leash. Fear is in your hands. The fear is in your hands. But in order to do that, in order to feel that truly, you must first show mastery. You must first dominate daily.